Good morning. Our today's point is principle of parallel axes. So write down the question. State and prove the principle of parallel axes. State and prove the principle. State and prove the principle of. State and prove the principle of parallel axes. State and prove the principle of parallel axes. State and prove the principle of parallel axes. This is our question. Denote it as VVIMP question. Because the principle of parallel axes and perpendicular axes are important point not only for this topic, also for the exam point of view. So our statement of the answer is, let us see the explanation of the statement. Suppose that this is a three-dimensional body. The axis of rotation may be passing through at this point, at this. And it shows that as there are very large number of points in the body, the axis is also very large. And so there are large number of mi of this body. But while rotating, this body obeys the principle called as the principle of parallel axes, in which the moment of inertia of a body about any axis of rotation, suppose that this is any point O and axis is this, about any axis of rotation is equal to sum of its moment of inertia about a parallel axis passing through the center of mass of a body. Suppose that here is the center of mass of a body. So it is equal to the sum of its moment of inertia about a parallel axis passing through the center of mass of a body and the product of mass of a body and square of the distance between two parallel axes. Repeat this statement. I would like to repeat this statement. The moment of inertia of a body about any axis of rotation is equal to sum of its moment of inertia about a parallel axis passing through the center of mass of the body. About a parallel axis passing through the center of mass of a body and the product of mass of a body and square of the distance between the two parallel axes. So write down the statement. The moment of inertia of a body, the moment of inertia of a body, the moment of inertia of a body about any axis of rotation about any axis of rotation is equal to is equal to is equal to is equal to the sum of its moment of inertia, sum of its moment of inertia, its moment of inertia, sum of its moment of inertia about a parallel axis. Write down this statement about a parallel axis, about a parallel axis passing through, about a parallel axis passing through the center of mass of a body, center of mass of a body, and product of mass of a body and square, and product of mass of a body and square of a distance, square of a distance between two parallel axes. This is a statement of a principle of parallel axes. Write down this principle, and the mathematical formula of this statement is IO, where O is any point and IO is mi of a body about any axis of rotation is equal to sum of its mi about a parallel axis passing through the center of mass of a body and product of mass and square of the distance between the two axes. This is a mathematical expression for this principle. Now, the next point of the answer is proof. Now, the proof of the principle of parallel axes is expressed in 4 steps. First is consideration, diagram, notation, and then mathematical part. But in the mathematical part, we are going to use very important 2 steps to determine the mi of a body. Suppose that this is any point O and axis is passing through this. Then there are 2 steps in order to determine the mi of a body about a given axis. First, determine the mi about any element of the body about a given axis. Then from integration, we express or we get a mi of a body about a given axis. So, 2 important steps to determine the mi of a body about any axis is first determine mi of element about that axis, and then from integration calculate the mi of a body about that given axis. We are going to use these 2 steps, element and body. Let us see first the consideration. Now, consideration is consider a rigid body. Rigid body is rotating. Rigid body is rotating about an. Consider a rigid body is rotating about an axis of rotation, about an axis of rotation, axis of rotation, about an axis of rotation passing through any point O, passing through any point O. And this consideration is like this. Suppose that this is a body and axis of rotation is passing through any point O. And point C is center of mass of a body at a distance h from point O. This is our consideration. Suppose that this is a body and axis of rotation is passing through any point O, and here is a center of mass of a body. After consideration, our next point is the diagram, and we know that our considerations should be shown in the diagram. So for simplicity, first draw a big right angle triangle in which there are two triangles. Here a point is C, and this point C is a center of mass. Suppose that this is a point O, and from this point C there is an axis of rotation which is parallel to the given axis. Suppose that this is a point P at which there is a mass of element dm. This is a point D and this is a point O. After drawing these points, give the border which is our diagram, and the distance between two axes is this h, and this distance is r. Now our next point is the notation. For notations, our next point is notations, and for notation it is the third point. Let capital M be the mass of a body, that is capital M is equal to integration of dm, where dm is a element of mass of a element of a body. Now our main fourth point is the mathematical point, in which I already give you two steps. First step is mi of a element, and the second step is from integration mi of a body. Let us use these two steps. Now suppose that In order to determine mi of a body about an axis passing through the point O, let us first determine the mi of a body about an element. So imagine an element, imagine or suppose that, imagine an element of mass dm, mass dm is at, imagine an element of mass dm is at any point P, any point P, which is at a distance r, which is at a distance r from point O, at a distance r from point O. Imagine an element of mass dm is at point P, which is at a distance r from a point O. From a point O. Now draw or join. Now join OP, CP and draw perpendicular right here perpendicular, and draw perpendicular CD on OC produced, and it is shown in the figure. Where is the perpendicular CD? Now we know that there are two steps to determine the mi of a body about any axis. So first step is for mi of element. The mi of an element, about an axis, the mi of an element about an axis passing through, about an axis passing through, about an axis passing through point O is, write down the mi of an element about an axis passing through the point O is. We know that mi of a particle or element is the product of its mass and square of the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. And so from that formula m square, we are going to express the mi of an element. So mi of an element is equal to OP square dm is equal to r square dm. And therefore, where OP is the distance of an element from the point O, and therefore mi of element is our first step, and our second step is, for simplicity I write here first and second step. Therefore the mi of a body about an axis passing through about an axis. Therefore, mi of a body about an axis passing through point, here is the point O is, about an axis passing through the point O is, IO is equal to integration of r square dm. This is our equation number 1. And this mi is from two steps. First is mi of element, and from integration mi of a body. Now similarly mi of a body, about an axis, similarly mi of a body about an axis passing through, or similarly mi of, instead of body, let us also make the two steps mi of a element. Similarly, mi of a element about an axis passing through, about an axis passing through center of mass of a body is equal to Cp square dm, and therefore mi of a body is, mi of a body about an axis passing through, about an axis passing through its center of mass is, about an axis passing through its center of mass is, is IC is equal to integration of Cp square dm. This is our equation number 2. Now, in the statement there are two terms, IO and IC, and these terms are also expressed here. Now we are going to use a Pythagoras in the right angle triangle OPD. So write down, from the right angle triangle, right angle triangle is important point. So here denote this step as a star point. From the right angle triangle OPD, we get OP square is equal to OD square plus PD square. But OD square is equal to OC plus CD bracket square, plus here is PD square. Now OP square is equal to R square, and here OC square plus twice OC into CD plus CD square plus PD square. Now here is OC square PD square. OC square is equal to H square O to C, yes, plus a twice OC into CD plus CD square plus PD square is equal to CP square, because CD square plus PD square is equal to CP square. Is equal to CP square. Is equal to CP square here. Is equal to CP square. Now, this equation is right here. R square is equal to H square plus CP square plus twice OC into CD, denoted as equation number 3. Now this equation number 3 is quite similar to equation 1 and 2. Only difference is there is no dm and integration. So to give such a form, we have to integrate this equation, and therefore multiplying equation 3 by dm and integrating we get integration of r square dm is equal to integration of h square dm plus integration of cp square dm plus integration of twice OC into CD into dm. But integration of h square dm is equal to m into h, and integration of twice OC into CD into dm is equal to 0, because it is about center of mass. Integration of dm about center of mass is equal to 0, and therefore we get integration of r square dm is equal to integration of cp square dm plus integration of plus mh square plus 0. So using equation 1 and 2 in above equation we get, therefore using equation 1 and 2 in above equation we get here is for r square dm it is IO, here is IC plus mh square. Write down, hence the proof. In this way we completed our today's lecture.